Welcome to another RES Wave update. Again on XLM, we are looking at an interesting pattern forming here. So I've changed the count slightly. Instead of saying that this was a CDE pattern, which I don't think it is right now due to some price action that I've been noticing in the overall pattern. Okay, so if we would have seen price continue instead of falling in this last wave, which broke that white line I had in the last video, then I may have kept account. But now that I'm seeing this kind of price action, to me, I believe we are working in a D wave. So therefore, this was not a CDE pattern. It was merely just a C pattern, similar to the one we are seeing in Bitcoin. And once again, it reminds me that XLM is moving very closely to Bitcoin. So that's why I've changed this, and that's why I'm posting this video early in the day. Well, early in the day here in Australia anyway, because I feel that I like to keep you updated with the latest. Now, I am not margin trading this, so therefore I don't put official long trade ideas at the moment, simply because I am holding the coins, and to me, it's pointless to do that when you can make more money and have way less risk, and you can just enjoy your time on this earth without having to stress, and you can sleep easy at night when you own the underlying asset. Okay, especially when you're expecting a bull run. Okay, if we were near the top, I'd just sell it, right? I would still sleep easy at night. Anyway, so just to answer a couple of comments that I've seen recently in the comments sections of my XLM videos. So why is XLM so weak? Well, I think I've just answered that. I think it's still correcting in wave 2. Okay, wave 2 will end after we see D and E completed. And the other comment I see is, am I hyping up XLM? Well, I like XLM. I've done a 20 video bullish series on a whole bunch of cryptos and, even stock markets, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, precious metals, euro, dollar, all this stuff, right? And I've come to the conclusion that XLM is the best, going to perform the best out of all of them in this particular wave that's coming, okay, percentage wise. Okay, so that's why I'm focusing more on this. I do really like XRP, but I do find that the pattern is different and it's going to do different things. And anyway, so I suppose the point there is, don't. I'm not a financial advisor. This is why I put those disclaimers in my description, in my ideas. So if I'm overhyping the charts to get you to buy XLM, well, then obviously you're very naive, and you can be very easily influenced by people on the internet that you don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. Personally, I think that's a bit dangerous for you, and I would definitely reevaluate the situation if that's how you feel. Okay, so moving on. If we go down to the 15-minute chart, I need to explain why this appears to be the way it is. Okay, so although this is not always very easy to understand, it's usually an RES wave perspective type thing. I did think this was a B wave before because of the knot in the middle, but now I'm starting to see that, you know what, given that we've changed the view to this is a C wave, this can only be a D. So therefore, we're working in some funky D wave with a funky B wave in brackets correction, right? So this, I could imagine this would end up being a type 1 expanded zigzag, which means that whenever the B wave ends, it'll be back in the area of the end of wave A in brackets, okay? This area, okay? The dotted line. So what I'm seeing here is potentially we saw the A wave in brackets of the B wave. The A, the B, there, the B, a C, D, E pattern within here, right? And if you want me to zoom into that more to really dial that in, okay, the C, the 5-wave move, not overlapping 5-wave move, there's definitely strength in the market. So the 5-wave didn't quite, it was overlapping, right? So I'd call that that's basically called a type 2 weak wave C. D here, basically a 3-wave move, which is just a regular type 1 zigzag, and an E wave here, which is just a straight 5. Okay, and that ended the B wave, and then we had another 5-wave move, another 5-wave move up for C, right? So I don't want to call this a zigzag. This is a 5-wave move, okay? Yes, it is overlapping, but it's a weak move. It's a corrective pattern, right? 5-wave moves can overlap in the corrective patterns. It's not a big deal. It happens, okay? So that means that that's just the B wave, okay? So first you've got your main A wave, right? So forget that. We're talking about the B in brackets correction. So you've got A, B, C, okay? Is that C wave complete? Well, I'd say so. Then we're looking for a D. Don't know what kind of D we're going to get, but if we get the kind of D that produces the CDE pattern, then this will happen, okay? Like I said before, the CDE, that'll be a type 1 expanded zigzag, and at that point is when we'll get the move. I'll just zoom out a bit because we're a bit close. That's when we'll get the move in the D wave to potentially break up out of this basically this triangle area. Sorry, I'll just zoom out a bit more. Okay, and then once we break out of this triangle area, we'll produce the E wave. So that'll be the end of D. Okay, and then you're going to get your E wave, right? Where does the E wave go? I can't tell you 100%. It could be small. It could be basically retesting this area before we continue higher. Okay. Wouldn't be surprised if this completes the cup and handle pattern, which is a very bullish pattern, right? Here's the cup, here's the handle. Okay. Bullish pattern. Okay. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a bullish pattern. It's not a bearish pattern. Okay. It's a bullish pattern. So far we've got the waves confirming the bullish pattern. We've got the recount, which confirms, basically explains why it's weak at the moment, because it's still corrective. We've got the Arias wave set of corrective waves in place there. We've got what looks to be like a triangle forming, a triangular formation, right? Now, mind you, this is just an example. What we could see is, because of that triangular formation, we could see something sort of bounce up to that area, right? and then get a reaction back a bit lower, right? It could come back 50%, right? 50%, the midway point of this triangle, okay, where a lot of the resistance sort of is going on, right? You've had, I'll just make this bigger to show you what I mean, right? If you look in this area, you can see that we've had resistance in this area. We've had resistance in this area, resistance in this area, this area. It's back, basically C waves dropped to this area, right? We could potentially see a move back to this area to confirm the end of wave 2. We've created a triangular pattern, which is basically price coiling up within that pattern, and then that's what people call the standard consolidation pattern, okay, whatever that means, right? People use all these fancy terms, whatever. Yeah, you could call it that if you want, because that's basically what it is, right? It's coiling up, it's getting ready for a move. Yeah, you can call it whatever you want, but this is the waves behind it, and that is based on the view change rather than thinking it's a CDE pattern like this one was back here. This one was a CDE pattern. Doesn't always happen, but it can be slightly confusing sometimes to identify them. But the way you get away from that is you look at the next wave. Is that looking impulsive? No, it's not. Okay, fine. Make your adjustment and you understand what the pattern is. At the end of the day, it's like I said, we're not margin trading. We're just understanding what the pattern is. And then so we can just remain bullish. We can also keep buying because we realize prices are still low. And you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So we're also, I'd also like to point out down here, this is the pring. So if there's only a few indicators I like in terms of the long-term rate of change. In this case, we have the pring special K indicator. You can see that we have an inverted head and shoulders pattern here on this indicator. I really like this indicator. I think it's pretty cool. Head and shoulders pattern, right? I could see this coming back up and basically breaking above, creating a bullish breakout. And the interesting thing also about this particular indicator, which is it's definitely good for head and shoulder because it's rate of change, right? You go back to if you go to the 15-minute, you could also see that we have also another head and shoulders pattern at the smaller degree as well, right? There's your head and shoulders pattern. It's basically very close to a bullish breakout, but not quite there yet. We still need to see a little bit more of that price action, as I've been mentioning. But this is we're painting a picture here. We're using RES wave to understand the waves, right? And it's telling me that it's bullish. It's not telling me it's a top. If you have your little top comments that you want to put down in the comments section there, can you at least please back up your claims? Okay, because it's really boring to see nope or top. You're dreaming $50. You're dreaming, yeah, whatever. You're losing. If you lose, you lose. Big deal. No one cares about you. If you win, wow, that's great. That's all I can say. Anyway, so hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.